Hi everybody, I'm here to tell you a little bit on how we are using AI to develop algorithms to improve fertility predictions for women to help them conceive easier. I hope you can see this. Yeah, you can't see it as well as I would have hoped with a beamer, but let's see anyway. So a woman's journey starts at the beginning of her reproductive age. We're trying simply to understand how her body works. It can be from the moment we get our first period, the hormones that are changing throughout the menstrual cycle, they influence our mood, they influence if we have pain, they influence so many things. And then after we spend the first 15 years of our reproductive lives trying to avoid getting pregnant at any cost, then actually it turns out not to be that easy to become pregnant when we really want to, because we want it now, right? And actually a third of all couples experience some kind of issue trying to conceive. It can be everything from having more difficult fertility issues to simply not being able to conceive as fast as you would like. Then, once we had our successful conception, we go through pregnancy, and it's a very happy time of your life. But actually, 10% of all pregnancy have some kind of complication. They can be related to hypertension. It can lead to preeclampsia, which is very dangerous for both the mother and the child, and premature birth as well. And then after we have been pregnant, very few of us really want to go back to a contraception related on hormonal pills. So we want different ways of protecting ourselves. And then, of course, at the end of our reproductive age, we go into menopause, where as much as 33% of all women experience some kind of issues related to menopause, like hot flashes, mood swings because of the hormones that are disrupted. So the vision of our company, of Ava, is to be a companion for women throughout their whole reproductive age and provide data-driven insights of our health and where we are at all these different stages where we are in our lives. And I'm really sorry about those slides. I hope you can see it. The solution that we have provided is this bracelet. Women wear the bracelet during the night while you sleep. And while you sleep, it collects 3 million data points. In the morning, when you wake up, you sync the bracelet through your phone, and the data is being sent through your phone up to the cloud, where we have our algorithms working, analyzing your data and sending back information on where you are in your menstrual cycle to your phone, so you can understand that. The bracelet looks like this. If you see it in more detail, here's the backside. You have the different sensors here. And it measures 9 physiological parameters. It's breathing rate, skin temperature, heat loss, pulse rates, heart rate variability parameters, movements, bioimpedance, sleep, and blood perfusion. So where are we today with AVAS? As I mentioned, we are focusing right now on this part of the woman's journey. It's understanding your body and trying to conceive. And the solution we have for this using our bracelet is, or rather, I will tell you how this works, why it works. What you see here on the slide is a menstrual cycle. Can you see it properly? I'm not sure. Actually, you can see the menstrual cycle starts at the day of your first bleeding. And then it lasts until the day before the next bleeding. And during this time, you have all those hormones that are changing throughout the menstrual cycle. And even though it's very easy, of course, to know when the cycle starts and ends. The most interesting part of the cycle is what's happened here in the beginning, which you would have seen if this was a good slide with more colors in it. The ovulation takes place somewhere in the middle, and your fertile period are the 5 to 6 days leading up to ovulation. And these are the only days in your menstrual cycle we can actually conceive. And how are you supposed to know this? There are no outer signs on how you react. There are theories that you can smell it, that we become more attractive, but it's very hard to really get some substance in these things. Your doctor will tell you that for the average woman has a cycle day of 28 days, and your luteal length, the luteal length is from the day of ovulation to the last day of the cycle. The luteal length in average is 13 days. Well, averages, they apply to groups, right? They don't apply to you. You're not the average. So you need something more personalized to know when you are ovulating, right? And so Ava, what we are doing, what our signals are doing, the ones we're measuring, they all correlate to two of those hormones. It's this hormone here going up, that's progesterone. It's increasing after the ovulation itself. And it's correlating to estradiol, which is increasing during the fertile phase itself. And it's actually by measuring the effect that those hormonal changes have on our signals that we manage to give you better predictions. So how does it work right now? At the moment, we have 5 algorithms operating at different phases of the menstrual cycle. So this is, again, a menstrual cycle, all of these, going from the first day of menses to the first day of menses for the next cycle. And you have in the beginning of the cycle, there is one algorithm trying to predict, we think you'll be fertile somewhere around here, because looking in your past, we think this is where it's going to happen. Then we have another algorithm looking at the signals themselves, trying to say, now we detect actually that your fertile phase has started. Another algorithm saying, here it ended based on your signals. In the mid-luteal phase, this is after your ovulation, we say, your cycle looks normal based on your signals. We believe that your cycle was a good one and that you ovulated, so we confirm the ovulation. And then a fifth one, looking back at your entire menstrual cycle and trying to learn from it to use this knowledge to make a better prediction up here again. So how did we build those first algorithms? In the very first version that we needed to go on the market, we had very little data to work with. So we were not really ready for AI, artificial intelligence, at that moment. So our algorithm, this picture represents the woman sleeping and all the signals she's collecting. This is the algorithm, and this is the app where the data is being sent. So our first algorithm we needed to develop not with artificial intelligence, but with very human intelligence. And using data from a clinical study, such as signal statistics and literature. Sorry. And then building the algorithms like this. But then, as we had launched and we started getting a lot of more information from our users, we could replace this human intelligence with our artificial intelligence, and we could change the signals with the signals coming from our bracelet, signal statistics with the signals directly from a bracelet, and using the information from the woman directly to improve our algorithms the whole time and really use this for artificial intelligence. Let's see. I needed to make a last-minute change on my slide, and that was a disaster. I can see that. But yeah, never mind. So what's the advantage that we see of replacing those algorithms with artificial intelligence? Why do you think that's better than just the ones we came up with as first? Well, the most obvious one is performance. It's just simply perform much better once we made this switch. And it makes it much easier for us to really include information from all the sources we have. We have 9 physiological parameters, and we needed to build a statistical model for each and every one of them. And with the artificial intelligence, it's simply doing this for us. So it makes our work much faster in the algorithm development team where I work. And we're also able to capture much more variation and much more patterns that we see among women that we hadn't seen before. And most of all, what's the most interesting with this is that the more data we collect, the more women uses our bracelet, the better we will become, because we can use all the data and feed it directly into improving our algorithms. And today we have replaced, of our 5 algorithms, we have now replaced 3 of them with artificial intelligence, but a few were. This is a very obvious one that we will, of course, also replace soon. It's just a matter of manpower. Artificial intelligence, they say they're going to take our jobs, but I can tell you it takes a lot of work to make them work. So we have a lot of work still to do in our team. And yeah, so that's how it works today. And for tomorrow, of course, the next step we're looking at, since we're going to find the fertile phase, of course, the next natural step is to go to contraception to prevent getting pregnant. Then we will also now start clinical trials for pregnancy, where we follow a normal, healthy pregnancy, and then we will use artificial intelligence to detect whenever something is deviating from the normal. And of course, for menopause, to be able to detect and quantify hot flashes and discomfort. Yeah, thank you very much. I would like to... Yeah, I would like to thank Women in Mobile for letting me speak, and also for Women in Artificial Intelligence, who gave me this opportunity to stand here as well. And don't forget that artificial intelligence can bring real babies.